Hey there, boys and girls of YouTube world. Today, the Duff Dog and I are going to see if we can't get a 1974 F250 back on the road for the first time in 24 years. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you a message from Bespoke Post. Bespoke Post is a monthly membership club delivering awesome boxes of top shelf goods from under the radar brands. It's free to join. You can skip a month and you can cancel anytime. So based on a preference quiz that you fill out, every month they introduce to their members cool new products. Outdoor gear, barware, home and kitchen goods, clothing, and more. Even live oysters. So each and every box has got about $70 worth of goods on the inside, but costs you only a fraction of that. You'll get a box assigned to you, and before it's shipped, you can preview what's going to come inside of that box, and you can decide if you want to keep it, swap it for a different box, or skip that month entirely for no charge at all. You only pay for what you want. So let's open our Bespoke Post box. This one is the park kit. So let's open this box and see what we got inside. Duff even came to check it out. What do you think? There's no treats, sorry pal. Oh man, what do we got in here? What do you suppose is inside this, Duff? Oh, it's a compact camp chair. Perfect. We got fall weather for camping around here. We can take this to our car shows. We can set up. Oh man, it takes up no space at all. You can fit this in the glove box of a 67 to 72 Chevy pickup. Ask me how I know. Look at how neat this thing is. Even a klutz like me can just put it together just like that, like your Jackie Chan. All right, let's put this thing together and go enjoy a car show. Just slip this cover on, or the leg. The compact camp chair is so great, Duff even loves it. You just pull it out of the glove box, assemble it up, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, grab yourself a cold drink and enjoy the car show. Let's see what's in the next box. Let's see what we got in this box. Oh, it says tools. We love tools. Oh, look at all these goodies. So we got an LED pocket light with a keychain on it. That'll be super handy because we're always driving a car, so we always got keys with us. And we always need a flashlight because something's usually broken on our car, so this will be super handy for finding it. Right here, we got 10-foot of paracord all wrapped up in there. Plus you got this nifty little clip on the end, so you can keep that in your keychain as well, or keep it in a safe spot in your vehicle. If you're on the side of the road, you're in a pinch, you need to tie something up, like maybe your universal joint, your hanger bearing, your spark plug wires, keep it from falling on your rusty, crusty headers. Right here, this thing's gonna save the day. Oh, this one's super awesome. We got ourselves the old M250 hex drive toolkit. This thing's got pretty much everything you're ever gonna need. Fits right in your pocket. It's got a clip on there, so you can stack it next to your other light or your other pocket knife. Right in your dickies. Freaking sweet, doesn't take up any room. It's got a sweet driver built right into the end. And then it's got all your different adapters sticking out there. All you do is push on this end, slide them out. You want a Phillips head? You just pop the Phillips head out, slide it in there. A bada bing, a bada boom. You get yourself a Phillips screwdriver. We got flat screwdrivers in there, we got Torx, we got hex drives, you name it. This thing's gonna do them all. Fits right in your pocket, takes up hardly any room, doesn't weigh anything. Looks good. I tell you what, this thing is going to be super handy. You got to tighten the door handle on your house, boom, fixed. You got to tighten the knob on your radio, boom, fixed. Anything that requires a driver, this thing's got it in it. And you can fit it right in your pocket. So there you go. Look at the light that came in here. Even comes with a holster, comes with a lanyard, comes with a clip for your pocket, comes with a battery in it. Look at this. The light, you can adjust the zoom on it. How neat is that? It comes with a spare battery, not to mention the battery that's in it. It's about that time of the night, so let's go test this thing out. Say your headlight goes out on the side of the road. Yeah, I know, the headlight's not broken. You can take your flashlight, take a peek at it, try to figure out what's wrong with it. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it, I know. You can take your flashlight, then you can tie it to the fender with your ripcord, and if you do figure out what's wrong with it, you got your screwdriver, and you can take it out of there. You got everything that you need right on the side of the road, all thanks to Bespoke Post. To get 20% off your first box, click the link in the description and enter Mortske20 at checkout or go to bespokepost.com/Mortske20. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. So story on this one, we were out picking up some other stuff and this thing was sitting there and he gave us a decent offer on it, so we brought it home. So cut back to that, and I'm gonna jump in the skid steer and get this thing inside the shop before this beautiful night is over. Diddly-loo, diddly-loo. There you go, we got her inside. Tailgate's missing. He said he's got it, but it's super rusty, so we didn't ask too much about it. Never mind the 51-2 Willys wagon hood. That's second channel content. Cross members in the bed are rusty. You know, I didn't really want this thing, and I mean, I still don't probably, but I got it home, and it's not that rusty. Never mind the bed floor. Box has got a little hooey back here, and they sheet metal screwed a piece of a little bit thicker tin to it, and then spotted her in place, so that corner of the box is a little chewed up. I'm pretty sure these are 17s. You can tell because of the way they are.
This is an aspen. You can tell that it's an aspen tree because of the way it is.
And they take the old style hubcaps, the internal snaps. I don't think they're for this pickup, but what do I know? Sure enough, 750 17, 8-ply rating, regroovable, Firestone. Transport 110s. Good old bias plies. What do you see down there, Duff? Nothing? Back of the box is pushed in. I think he said he used to have a fuel tank in the back of it. Farm pickup. Got some real good patina. Little dinger up there, not too bad. Must have had the CB antennae on it. Cab corners, super solid. Door looks good over here. Even, like, this is what I noticed this morning when I was looking at this thing. The dog legs. Super solid. These Fords always get it right there. A little whiskey dent up there, not too bad. That'd probably come out. This is a co-op farm and market. Oh yeah, another 717. Oh, went the back 750s. It's got the big and little stagger stance. You don't need a wiper for the passenger, probably because there's no seat in there. I had to ride on a 6x6 to steer it on the trailer. He made his own hitch for pulling it around between fields, and you know, he'd leave it in a field, bring the tractor over, drive this back, get another vehicle, pull it over there, yada yada yada. Pretty fancy homemade hitch there. Quite the deal. It's a 70, you can tell because it's got the egg crate grill. 71s have 6 slots in the egg crate on each side, and 72s have 4 slots, and then 67 to 69 will have steel or aluminum grills in them, and these are a combination of plastic and I think this is just anodized aluminum. It does have the chrome bumper option. You could get painted ones on the cheapies. Ooh, dinger there.
Dinger, 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 dinger.
Usually these hitches went whammy right into the hood, and there's usually a good dinger in the hood. This one's pretty good. Oh, it's kind of caved in on that corner too. This fender's had a little mud work done previously. Again, co-op 717. Super solid dog legs. You can maybe see some rust just starting to peek through there, but not bad. This door's got a little rot in the corners. Cab corners are way good. Box side over here, not too bad. A couple scratches. Oh, pretty good scrape right there. It's got the typical Midwest toe bumper on it. I don't know if that was a bumper sticker or if that was the manufacturer, but we can no longer read it. Like I said, this thing, he said he was using it. He used it for a few years even after it was tagged, so we'll say that this thing's been sitting for 15-ish years. And then he said he went to go start it 3-4 years ago, and it's locked up. So he said he filled it full of diesel fuel and tried pulling it around the yard of the tractor to no avail. So it's locked up. But it did run when parked. It doesn't have a mirror on the other side. It's got this cute little sport mirror here. I don't know if these are factory or not. It is a custom model, so I think that's kind of the bottom of the barrel for the Fords. No sliding rear window. Whammy up there. It does have a padded dash, but I think they all had that. 4-speed on the floor. Gas tank behind the seat. Yes, it was an option to have it underneath the bed. That's where it is on my 71. I don't know what else to tell you. Armrest door panels. We can't see how many miles are on it. We do have some keys, so that's convenient. It's got the freaking radio delete. I don't even want to open the glove box because you could see the mouse house coming out there. It does have a headliner, again, mouse house coming out of there. So it must have had a combination of red and white interior because it's got a white headliner and visors. Okay, what's on the keychain? Anything good, Duff? Sievert Auto Service. Ford Sales and Servicing. Standard gas, Foreman, No Dakota. Who's that? Oh, that's Handsome Rob honking as he drives by. All right, that's a pretty cool keychain. Ford and Standard Oil. He must have had a dimmer for the door, made in Canada. All right, he says this thing's got a 351 Windsor in it, but it seems like I opened the hood a couple years ago and I looked at this thing and it was most definitely not a 351 Windsor, but I'm not a Ford guy. Previous owner, not a Ford guy. He's the type of guy that will literally drive anything. He's got a Ram right now. I've seen him driving other Dodges. He used to have Camaros, you name it. Everything was on this farm. We got a Dodge and a Willys and this Ford from him. And we got another Chevrolet from him. So you name it, they had it out there. Hey, you wanna come out here and open this hood for us, pal? All right, you're a good kid, here we go. Yeah, it is a little bit tricky when they got that tow bar in the way. And he said the hinges were a little bit sticky, so we should probably lube those up. We should also get some light back here. The rodents have carried a whole bunch of, I don't know, acorns, walnuts, something in there. And they're also rolling around in the hood. But yeah, that is a small block Ford 351 or 302. I'm guessing since he said it was a 351, it's a 351. But knowing Ford, it'll say, oh yeah, there it is, 351W right there. What a deal! This will be the second Ford we've worked on with a 351 Windsor that was out of something else. I can't remember what he said this could come out of. It might be another car that was in the yard. I don't know. See if we can find a year on here. Well, you guys don't care about that. There was a carburetor on the floor in there. He said he had a Camaro bucket seat in it, but he took that out and confiscated that from us. You could see he grafted some engine mounts in there, similar to the other red Ford, with a welder and a block of 2x2 square tubing. He said it bolted right up to the bell housing, so I don't know. Does that mean it had like a 300 in it? You can see he didn't get flexi hoses. He didn't cheap out. Look at that. I would much rather take a spliced radiator hose, upper and lower, than a flexi hose. Look at that. That is farmer ingenuity right there. Work with what you got. Don't waste your money on a stinking flexi hose. Ooh, this engine mount is a little bit more crude over here. We won't mention the Ray Charles welding. He says this thing's locked up. Let's get her up in the air and let's put a bar on that pulley. And I don't know, he must have just dumped diesel down the carburetor or what. Let's check the dipstick, Jimmy. It's black and it's over full, so I'm guessing, yeah, he added some diesel and it went past some of the cylinders and into the crankcase. Let's put a bar on that, see if we can't get her turned over. See if we can't get our second 351 in a red Ford running. Must have needed a headlight, stole that. I'm guessing he busted the grill out. He didn't steal that. Sure enough, there's some remnants in there. All right, going up. Let's get a look under Big Red here. Clifford, the big red dog. Oh, he's even got an adapter to step from like a 2-inch down to 1 3/4 inches. What a deal, man. That's some fine craftsmanship right there. It's got the infamous Ford twin I-beam front suspension. The only thing I don't like about these is they're really hard to lower, and you know I like to lower my stuff, so take it or leave it. They do make dream beams that drops them a little bit, but they're super expensive and they only give you a couple inches of drop, and I like my stuff right on the ground, but that's besides the point. It's got a front sump 351, so it looks like he dropped her down as absolutely far as he could. Where is the drain plug at? Oh, maybe that's why it's locked up. Oh, I guess you can drain the oil on this thing. It's right there. Get a good look at that engine mount though. Oh yeah, even gusseted her up. real sturdy like. Custom clutch return spring. This side, oofda. I gotta throw in another gusset in there or something. And then there's not even a bolt going through the engine mount, so don't want to give her too much torque. Be good to us, little starter, if we can get it loose. It's got dual exhaust. I don't know if he had that bent up or if that came off the car he took it off of or what, but we're gonna need a muffler. She's pretty sad shape. At least it's not glass packs. This one, a little bit better shape. Fords like to rust out. You don't see it from the outside, but the cab corners get rotten in here, which is good because you can patch it up or you can leave it. Who cares? But you don't see it from the outside like you do on a Chevy. Passenger side, not quite as bad, but cab support got a little rot in her. A little squishy squish. Floors, oh, there's some floor mat there, but again, not too bad. Floors don't bother me because you can patch them up, nobody sees them. As long as it doesn't get too uber structural like that, you should probably cut out and patch. This side, maybe a little bit worse, but it's not super terrible. Floors, they're soft, but they're there. Again, right in the corner here, got a few holes in her. This cab support, oofda, she's sagged down right over the rubber. Yeah, she's pretty blowed out. Again, anybody can patch that because nobody's gonna see it, but being structural like that, you probably wanna fix that, I'm guessing. Well, what do I know, huh, Duff? This cab support is a little bit better. You can at least see the rubber on this side. It's not completely sagged over it. All right, continuing on. I'm guessing this is like a Dana 60 rear. It's not a Ford 9-inch. This shock, something must have rubbed right through that son of a biscuit. Park brake cables, we're just gonna probably delete those if need be. Just kidding, they're fine, we'll leave them. Rear end breather, that snapped off, but somebody was nice and tied her up to the brake line and out of the way. Yeah, you can tell it's a Dana 60 because it says 60 right there. Everybody yelled at me in the international video. All you had to do was scratch it off. Well, I scratched, but I didn't see it. Like I said, custom tow bumper. It's held on by 4 bolts, so plenty strong. Okay. Oh, yeah, dirt sits in these, cross members, and they get rotten. Remember how I was saying how good this thing is? I don't know if it's that good. Love at first sight. It's wearing off. Let's get a big bar and a pulley and see if we can't get this thing to turn over. Peterbilt things. You just gonna hang out here and count the trucks going by? All right, sounds good. We got us a 15/16 socket. We're gonna put on the crank. About a 2-foot breaker bar, and we're gonna see if this thing turns over. I know I should pull the spark plugs out and yada yada yada, but we'll do that after it doesn't crank over. If it cranks over, we're good to go. If it doesn't, then we gotta go do that anyway. I prefer to turn on the flywheel, but Ford. Oh my gosh, who is here? Oh, it's Pookie and his noisy, stinking Suburban. All right, so we're gonna probably have to take a break here, but Ford puts a terrible inspection cover. Like, you can't get on the ring gear with a bar like a GM, so yeah, he is a good guard dog. Oh my gosh, he's got the whole tribe with him. So let's go entertain these guys for a bit, and then we'll get back to it. Axel, what are you doing?
No, you took our butt.
I kicked your butt?
Yeah, you took our butt.
I took your bus?
Yeah, I took her to school on the party bus today.
Oh, see, that's how you know you're raising your kid to be a redneck, is when you take him to school on a party bus. I'm working. You know, your dad doesn't ever do that. Better go pick up all the nails and the rat poison so these guys don't get into it. Alrighty, Pookie and his tribe took off. They are some interesting cats. The apple does not fall far from the tree. Let's take our 15/16 12-point chrome Craftsman socket and our 2-foot Thorson breaker bar and see if we can't get this 351 Windsor cranking again. So it appears as I'm gonna have to do all the work on this one, huh? You're down for the count? Those kids tired you out? Alrighty. Well, here goes nothing. exactly what it's gonna be. Nothing. Well, that looks like a good spot to quit for the evening. Maybe pull some spark plugs, let her soak. Why is that stuck? Oh, son of a biscuit. Well, let's pull some spark plugs, put some crow oil down the cylinders, and see if we got any better luck tomorrow. Well, I just pulled the air cleaner lid. This is where things get interesting. There should be this rubber lip all around here. The old mice have pretty much mowed it down about, I don't know, 120 degrees around this thing. So, they made it in that far. It should have been sealed, so they should have never got down the carburetor. But they definitely made a small housing development inside the air cleaner lid. Is the carburetor loose? Definitely not. So, I'm guessing that's why our engine's stuck, is because the mice ruined it with their fecal matter and urine and such. Pretty excited about that. All right, we got the cylinders all full of the old crow oil, and you could see he definitely did. You know, I just pulled the spark plug out and set it right there, and it's just dripping with the diesel fluid. What is it, 1202? Is that what Mr. Zip Ties and Bias Plies calls it? All these are wet, so he definitely soaked it. So I guess this will put the diesel fuel unseizing engines to the test. All right, we're coming back tomorrow with less sandwiches in us. It's a mango tango night. So we'll see what crow oil and a little diesel fuel does. I don't know, we might have to get creative and really start reefing on that engine, or heaven forbid, pulling heads off. Freaking mice. It's always the dang mice. What do you say we get back to this thing? So we let her sit all night. Before I put her away for the night, I did clean up this pad. She's a 1972 351 Windsor. Let's hook up a battery. We got Cooper as our battery sponsor this week, and see if it'll maybe crank over with the starter. I don't think it's gonna, but we're gonna give her a whirl. All right, no magic smoke, good deal. Let's go get the loser switch and see what happens. The handy dandy Ford solenoid up here makes our life real easy if they're any good. And nothing. Seems like it might be bumping. I don't know. It's probably not real good on our starter, but it seemed like that alternator was maybe just turned a smidge. Our starter is not happy about the whole situation, though. Ow, that battery cable's getting hot. Don't lean into that. What if we pry on the fan and bump it? Oh. I don't think it's really budging much. That cable's hot. So I think we're gonna go underneath. We're gonna pull that crank pulley off, and we're gonna put our adapter on there. See if we can't really reef on that harmonic balancer. Get her to budge over. Short of, I don't know, pulling the heads off, or we ain't got time to let it soak. So don't comment down below what kind of soaking stuff works for you, because A, we don't have time, and B, that stuff just never really works when they're stuck. Like if you got an engine that's barely stuck, which this one probably is, it might be okay, but what fun would that be? You guys want to see me use brute force, and leave comments down below about what I did wrong. So that's what you're gonna do. I'm gonna take that fan belt off, and then we're gonna go underneath. Now that we got that crank pulley off, we can use our Proform engine building tool, part number 66782. It says it's for Chevrolet or Ford V8s. It doesn't have a 4-bolt pattern like this has, but we'll be able to use 2 bolts. And they're 3/8 bolts, so they're pretty sturdy. And that way we can put a bar right on there instead of putting a bar on that bolt going into the crankshaft and twisting that off. So let's see what we can break. All right, breaking out the big guns, the old 30-inch 84T gear wrench. Let's see what we can do. Beauty of this setup is we can go clockwise and counterclockwise, or with just that bolt, we can only go clockwise, because otherwise we would just loosen it. Ooh, that whole engine tip's in there. Hey! Look at that! Let's work her back and forth. Oh, no, why don't I want to go that way? Oh. Oh, yeah. You can see it just spewing its guts out now that we got it rolling over that diesel fuel and that croil. Oh, yeah. Just needed a bigger bar there, didn't we, Duff? All right. Let's keep after it. I didn't figure it had been stuck too bad, since it had a carburetor and a hood and an air cleaner. Oh, you can hear them valves, a little sticky. Oh, let's go backwards now. I think we got her. Hopefully it just didn't do too much damage to the internals. Look at that, it'll just freewheel over when we let off the ratchet even. It's good to see. Spin her the other way just for good luck. Okay, now she's turning over. Let's take our adapter off, put our pulley back on, put our belt back on, and address that sticky carbonator. I know we don't usually do this, but we know this thing was stuck, and he said it was a good engine, and it seems to be turning over free. And since there was likely water that got into the cylinders that seized them up, that water is likely in the oil. So we're gonna change the oil, believe it or not. You know, mark this one on the calendars. Mortske and Duff change oil on some revival engines. So I wanna show you what comes out of that oil pan, but seeing how the drain plug is right over the crossbar, I don't know where it's gonna run. So we're just gonna poke and hope and put the camera where we think that the oil is gonna go. Where's it gonna go, Duff? You don't know? And hopefully the pan catches some of the oil as well. Here goes nothing. Oh, we got lots of good lubrication coming out of that. I don't know what Ford number is that. Number 4? Was it 1, 2, 3, 4 on the passenger side? Lubing the starter up real good. Okay, there's the drain plug. All right, we got our ginormous 7/8 wrench down here. Oh yeah, drop all that dirt right in the drain pan. That's right where I want it. Oh. All right, we got about a 34% chance of catching a significant amount of this oil. I should probably just go get another pan ready, because this isn't gonna go well. Okay, backup pan is in place. The water should come first, so if we're quick enough, we can just put the plug back in and save the oil. Oh, well, no water. Even better news, we're catching 99.5% of this oil. No Exxon Valdez spill this week.
One of the worst oil spills in U.S. history.
Not on our watch, Greta.
How dare you?
I don't know how much was in there, but there's definitely more than 5 quarts, and it smells real diesel fuel-y. So probably a good thing that we changed that. And while we're at it, we're also gonna spin the old Cenex oil filter off. I don't even think you can buy those anymore. We got ourselves a brand new Baldwin B2. It's for a Ford, you can tell, because I wrote Ford on it. And look at this treat we got for you here. You know how whole Cold War Motors has classic darts? We got classic petroleum. A little Getty Supreme oil. It's low consumption, high VI. I think that's 11. Heavy duty. It's fuel efficient. Wet Spot Farms bought a lot of something at an auction. And this was in said lot. And they said, hey, you want this old oil? Otherwise, we're going to burn it in our used oil burner. I said, heck yeah, we'll burn that stuff. Not burn it. We'll put it into use. So, yeah. For you millennials, these cans, I don't know that I've ever done one of these because these are before my time, but I think you just take this son of a biscuit, stab her in there, you dump that down in there, bada bing, bada boom. I don't know. Or you could get your can opener and poke a hole in it. This is going to be fun. This thing looks deadly. That's why it's got a guard on it. Mojo, he rounded this up for us. Oh, look at that. Nice. Good times. You must add a little leather strap for hanging it on there. All right, spin a filter on and we'll dump the Getty in there. Getting after it with Getty. I have never even heard of Getty oil, so I'm sure it's really good stuff. Getty Refining and Marketing, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Don't pollute. Conserve resources. Return used oil to collection center. Made in USA. Good stuff. Getty Supreme is a premium quality multi-grade type motor oil. Designed for maximum engine protection, provides for low oil consumption, exceeds all car manufacturers' engine tests, recommended for all diesel and gasoline engines where specified. Can't wait. This thing's gonna make so much horsepower now. We got our Baldwin B2 filter spun on. While we're at it, let's, oh, there is fuel in there. Let's get rid of our George W. Bush era fuel. Or maybe it was the Clinton administration. I don't know. Maybe we'll even put a new hose on it after we check to see if the fuel tank is super crusty. Oh, okay, that stuff smells terrible. Smells like Bigfoot's balls.
Smells like Bigfoot's.
Smells like a turd wrapped in burnt hair. 60% of the time it works. Every time. It's made with real bits of panther. I need to watch some new movies, get some new movie lines. Since we're under here, I'm gonna pull the rubber line off that goes into the line that goes into the fuel tank in the cab. See if we get some more fuel out of there. And then we can hook up the air and blow that line out if need be, if the tank will suffice for using in the future. This stuff is real stiff. Oh my gosh. Freaking concrete. So stinky. I still think old gas smells better than 8090. I don't like it on me though. Come on. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's see if I can figure out how to get the Getty into the Windsor. Oh man, that stuff's... I think you're supposed to poke a hole on the top side as well, so that it comes out a little faster. What do I know though? Oil looks real good though. Kind of like motor honey. You definitely got to poke a hole in there. This is ungodly slow. I can see why they went away from these. It's made of cardboard around the perimeter, so that likes to leak, we found out. And they don't pour real fast. And you got to have a special tool to pour it. Once you crack it open, you kind of got to use it. Definitely a lot of advantages to today's containers. Core number 2, we're going to take our vintage Hamm's beer bottle opener from the land of sky blue waters. Oh yeah, the good stuff. It's got a patent on it. Theo Ham Brewing Company, St. Paul, Minnesota. We're going to poke a hole on the opposite side here without hurting ourselves. Let's see if she pours faster. Okay, we're just making a mess now. Oh my gosh, that was a terrible idea. What happened? There. Oh, it's coming out faster, but I don't know. These things are not for me. I'm sure everybody's yelling at the screen that I'm doing it wrong. Comment down below with what I did wrong here. Is it bad when you spill more putting the engine oil in than you did when you drained it, even though it's directly on top of the engine cross member? Probably. Alright. Maybe if we poke the hole after it started. Oh, there we go. No mess. Smooth, super fast pour. I think we're on to something, Duff. Tag team it with the old Theo ham. It's like shotgunning a beer. Stuff does come out of there with some velocity. We got some more of this stuff, so by the time we use up a couple cases of it, we'll have this figured out. There we go. Let's check the dipstick, Jimmy. See if those 5 measured quarts are actually 5 quarts in the dipstick. Yep, sure enough, right where it needs to be. A little bit over full, but once the engine starts creating oil pressure, it'll fill that oil filter and it'll be right where we need it to be. All right, let's slip that fan back on now. I like when they take shape of what they were, and also it's got all the rust on it from the pulleys. It was stuck pretty good to the pulleys. Been a while since she's turned over. But at least it came off in one piece. That's a win in my book. Now let's work on our sticky carbonator situation. Look at that nice half of a chain link, big washer combination for the old throttle cable bracket. Good stuff. Whatever this come out of apparently had power brakes, and you just plug that off with a bolt. That's pretty typical. Got some random extra wires laying around here. Surprisingly, they kind of laid out all right from the swap from the 6-cylinder to the V8. Okay, let's just spray down with some lube, see what happens. I don't get how all this humidity got in there, or mouse pee, or whatever it was. Not good. Little's good, lots better. What about out of Croyle? Can't be having that. Oh no. Come on, there we go. This stuff smells so good. Use this for body spray. It's way better than Axe. Okay, here we go. Well, that's free. That is not, however. Oh my goodness. Take the cable off here. Come on now. All right, we definitely got to pull that carburetor off. Fantastic. Oops. Well, come off of there. Oh yeah. Throttle spring. That'll catch you up. Well, you wouldn't believe it, but just us turning that crank over pumped a bunch of stinky gas to fill up the bowl on this thing. So I got what I could on my hand and dumped the rest on this rag so we can use that for chloroform later, right? Excuse me, do you think these bar napkins smell like chloroform? I'm kidding. No comment. Okay, let's try to get these butterflies loose. You can see they're a little rusty. So some humidification got in there and seized them up apparently. Not our first rodeo though, we got this, right Duff? You're a lot of help. I wish there was a good way to clamp this son of a biscuit without ruining stuff. Man, even our baby Croyle is about out. Not good for the home team here. The lubrication, we're gonna have to lower ourselves to PB Blaster. Where's this stuff out of? Cleveland, Ohio. Somebody always comments, the home of PB Blaster. I think he said Felpro Gaskets last week. Are they out of Cleveland? Probably. Oh boy. Well, let's put a locking pliers on there, get a little more leverage. Let's clamp an old locking pliers here on the linkage. Give us a little more leverage. Oh boy. We might have to get out some heat there, Duff. You can see that butterfly just barely opening. So it's seized in there somewhere, and it's gonna twist that shaft, and we don't want that. Give her a little heat. Heat is your friend, right, Duff? Okay, don't start on fire. Getting anywhere? Does not appear so. There's definitely some hair in there. It smells like burnt hair and flesh. Maybe a 5-0 left behind some remnants. For cheese and rice. Clamp onto this side. Oh, there we go. Money in the bank. Look at all that sludge built up on top of that butterfly. That's almost poop. That's not sludge. That's 5-0 fecal matter. Never mind you that I make my sandwiches at lunch with this knife. Ew. Dang it, how did they get in there? All right, we're gonna keep spraying and heating and wiggling and getting this thing back to fighting form. Then we might even blow all that crap out of there. Literally, crap. No need for a rebuild kit. Leave that to the amateurs. Us professionals, we just heat it and beat it. We gave her the compressed air overhaul. Let's hook everything back up. Now we can start checking for sparkage. Oh yeah, we might get a Ford to run. That's 2 weeks in a row. What a deal! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. At least this one's got the tow bar in the front, so it'll be easy to get home if it breaks down on us, Duff. The nice part about Fords, they got the fuel filter right here, which I guess Quadrajets kind of do, and the 2GCs as well, but they got this little chunk of rubber hose in between the filter and this line, so it's really uncommon for somebody that owns a Ford to put a big kink in this line from not using a line wrench and another wrench to hold the fitting and putting a big twist in it. So well done on that Ford. And then of course the distributor's up front, so it's so much easier to work on. This one's got points, you could tell because the way that it is. Just kidding. But because there's no Duraspark box on the fender, I don't think that came out. I'm not even going to say a year because Ford probably did it in 73 on cars and 4 in pickups and 75.5 tons and 77 and 3/4 tons. And Ford liked doing silly things like that, but we won't talk about that. Gotta hook up our cable yet. And come on now. Done. Now we just gotta hook up our return spring. And I have no idea how that was hooked up. Oh, I'm guessing it was twisted onto this really awesome wire right here. It went through there somehow. I don't know. No idea what we're doing here. Just winging it. Yeah, that spring is definitely binding, so perfect. It doesn't like to return back to idle. Imagine that. It was stuck at idle for all these years. And now I don't want to go back to its home. Go to your home.
Why didn't you just go home? That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
Okay, good enough. He is on. Let's see if we get any sparkage. I know you guys like seeing me electrocute myself so much. Of course we're gonna go to the carburetor because it's grounded. And we threw our fan belt off already. Why did that happen? Oh, because I had it in the wrong groove. Durk-a-dur. Alright, hold on, we'll fix that. We're just screwing everything up today. Let's test that fan belt. Way better. Alright, spark situation. Nothing. And yes, Ford's got the advantage in the distributor clips too. What? Oh, it's got... Ooh, she's a little furry in there. Not bad. Oh, these neat little covers. You can't see the points. Okay. Hands away from the coil wire. Let's bump her so she's closed. Hear the Mortske flick, you know, a dozen times or so. Now let's see what happens. Where should we aim that at? Right at the carburetor, duh. Still nothing. We might have to get the old Hansi file out. Keys off, points are closed. Slip the old Hansi file in there. Oh, missed it. Give her a couple of flicks just for good measure. How about now? Pretty weak, but we got spark. Ah! Cheese and rice.
By the power of Grayskull.
Ow! Yep, it's got spark. Let's do it again. Ah! I don't know why it's shocking me. Son of a biscuit. I got brave and was pulling it away, and son of a biscuit. You don't want your finger closer to that than whatever you're trying to ground it against. It makes sense, right? Okay. I deserve that. We will not mention it. Alright. We're putting the distributor condom back in place. Always put your rotor back on. This is a number 22 model. I don't know who made that, but there we go. Put that son of a biscuit back on. Now we gotta find out where all our plug wires go, because I didn't mark where number 1 was at. Because that's what we do. I think Ford had 2 different 351 firing orders. The 351 HO from the 80s, and then these 351s. Smooth move, Ford. Okay, I left this one, which I think is number 5 on a Ford, so I'm gonna go do some research and figure out where all these go. We'll be back after a short intermission. Oh yeah, I gotta put spark plugs back in too. And get some hot sauce. So believe it or not, these wires kind of all laid out the way they were. I just hooked them up and we got it right. The firing order is 13726548, and it goes counterclockwise because that's the way Ford does it. When I was putting the old Autolite Power Tip 35s in, I noticed, oh hey, there's a manifold bolt. There isn't one. There isn't one. There isn't one. There's one. There isn't one. There's one, and not one in the back. So 3 out of 8 isn't bad. I didn't even notice on this side. Oh man, all 8 are over there. Way good over here. So I'm sure there's not going to be any exhaust leaks on that side with 3 manifold bolts. Hopefully they're just not in there and they're not broke off. I guess I never really heard a history of these breaking off. They're pretty notorious on FEs for doing that. But all right, well, I guess we're to that point in the show where we get the hot sauce out and the exhaust cam and see what happens. Okay, let's fill the bowl. Key is on. What did we forget? Hopefully there's no sticking valves. Hopefully it builds oil pressure right away. I mean, yeah, I could pull the valve covers off and check valves and I could prime the oil pump, but there's only so many hours in the day, you know? Either it's gonna work and this thing's gonna be fine, or we're just gonna ruin it right here. That's what we do. We ruin engines, Dwayne. All right, that should be plenty in the bowl to run for a little while. Man, these things have a huge bowl in them. All right, here we go. Keys on. Slingshot. Engage.
Slingshot engaged.
Starter. That means you engage as well. Trying. Come on, baby. Definitely got some exhaust leakage over here. Gonna give her some throttle? I don't know. Pretty sure it's sparking. I can hear it. Got spark. You got some stuck rings or stuck valves, so we ain't getting compression or what? How about a little John Deere compression in a can? So close. He's got to wrap her off here. Come on now. Little spark plug dryer outer. I already see it's chooching some blow-by from the valve cover, so I got a feeling our rings aren't real happy. Cooper isn't real happy over there in the battery position, so we might have to bring in the backup as well. We got Hot Wheels over here batting cleanup this week. Where's the ground at? I feel like if we just took this up to another pickup and drug it around, she'd light off. We need to get her spinning a hair faster. Oh, he did it. It's so close. If only I had another hand, Duff. Maybe this is why there was a spare carburetor laying in the seat. You're saying there's a chance. Come on, baby! Oh yeah, you can see that fuel pump spurting a whole bunch of nasty fuel up here. Come on now. I think we just had the plugs all wet. Oh yeah, she's gonna go. Now we gotta hook up a boat tank and probably check the coolant. Do a few other things, but I think we had her flooded out. And we're gonna have some issues with carburetor sticking, I think. Probably, maybe, most definitely. So, let's address the coolant scenario and the fuel tank scenario. Our fuel pump's pumping, so we should just have to check the tank or hook up a tank or hook up a supply, replace a couple of rubber lines. It's good. I don't know how good it sounds, but it's running. Let's figure out what we're gonna do next. Oh my gosh. Oh my word. Look at all the mouse house and fecal matter that came out of the tailpipe of this thing. It's another 10 feet behind the pickup. Oh yeah, of course you would come put your nose right in it. All right. Let's open some doors. She's a little hazy in here. But she lives. Definitely gonna need some mufflers. Well, we got the schlong out here. And as you can tell, things are not looking good for the home team here. She's real chewy at the bottom of this tank. So we're not gonna waste any of that $3.60 a gallon petroleum on this tank. We're just gonna bypass it. And we have plenty of room in there for a boat tank. I don't know where I'm gonna sit, much less where Duff's gonna sit, but we're gonna not use the old behind the seat tank because that's terrible. I don't know if this, yeah, you can see the fumes rolling across it from, I don't know what is going on in there, but some type of chemical reaction. We're just gonna abandon ship on this guy. Thanks a lot, schlong. This schlong has seen a lot of diseases. We took the compressed air hose and blew some air through that fuel line, and there's a lot of fuel that come out, so we're gonna take our handy dandy 12-volt pump set up here with a Milwaukee battery, see if we can't suck out what's left of that tank. Golf ball through a garden hose, right? Yeah, something like that. Because this stuff stinks. All right, so much of a mess we can make here. Ah, might need a hose clamp for this. Probably not though. So we lost suction now, huh? Oh yeah, helps when you put it in there the right way. Well, that didn't go as planned, so let's put some compressed air in there and see if we can just siphon it out. I don't know. Maybe that'll work. We just put a little air to it. Ooh, you definitely hear the fuel in there. Oh, there we go. That's the good stuff. Suddenly I have to take a leak. Do you think if I put a 5-gallon bucket with some really stinky old gas by the road that says free, somebody will pick it up, put it in their car? One way to get rid of it, I guess. I suppose this is like a 20-gallon tank. Hopefully it was not full. And we're gonna be looking for some more 5-gallon buckets. I'm gonna go take that leak that I was talking about. Oh, frickin' A. Just as I was gonna make the seamless swap, it runs out. Yeah, let's hook our fuel line up. Judging by what I saw of that fuel, I think the tank should be okay. So that's a first in quite a while around this place anyway. Come on, band clamp. This is why I never use you stupid things. Why did that side go? Don't be such a hoser. There, go to your home. Okay. All hosed up down here. on to the next one. We got our fuel line hooked up and running the cab, but check this out. I think she needs some kingpins. Let's see if the passenger side's any better. Oh, a little bit. That's another beauty of the old Ford twin I-beam here. You don't have ball joints that you can put in. You gotta do kingpins, which requires reaming usually. Anyhow, they're shot. Enough on that. We got our boat tank fuel system hooked up. I put that 12-volt pump in line and primed it. It's not running right now, so I can hear fuel coming out the carburetor. Let's see if it works. Oh yeah, not too bad. Definitely an exhaust leak. Called that. Let's see how much coolant juice it takes here. That looks like a gallon's gonna be good enough for the girls we go with. Let's see what we got underneath the cap for the master cylinder. A whole lot of nothing. Well, that's handy. I guess we'll put some fluid in there and crack some bleeders and see if we can't get some brakes. Probably not happening. Good thing we got a 4-speed to slow us down. Always straighten out your rubber before you put your master cylinder cap back on. There you go. All right, load up. So, we got her. Yeah, I know that the seat's not ideal. Okay, just kidding. You can load up again. Let's go for a ride. We got us a 61 to 64 Impala 2-door front seat. It's not bolted in. It's not very comfortable. It's not far enough over. Duff, you want to push it over this way? Okay. It's better-ish. Not really. Okay, it's downright terrible, but it's better than the railroad tie I was sitting on. We got brakes. We just put fluid in there, and I cleaned up the brake bleeders, and then I reverse bled them, and then pumped up the master cylinder. Mojo did, and cracked the line. Oh, and the Duff dog just got back from the spa. He got himself a haircut today. Who's a pretty puppy? You are. Okay, we're gonna take the red pickup for a ride here. Okay, yeah, I know, you're pretty. You're a pretty puppy. Let's do this. Come on, let me drive. Oh, how's it sound? Not good. Let's spin the tires. What? I think it's fun a little bit. Everybody's combining, so who are we gonna call to retrieve us if it dies? Oh boy, it smokes a lot. Kind of reminds me of the pickup from the Mexican that Brad Pitt drives. That is a bump side, and this is a dead side. And that pickup also comes with a dog.
Hey, buddy. Hey, is that your ball?
Let's see if we can get to this corner before this vehicle gets here so we can beat him around it. Okay, brakes are not so good anymore. I mean, they're there, but that's what the 4-speed is for. Oh, come on, baby. Don't start chugging on us now. Oh, this thing is so terrible. Hopefully that smoke is just from all the oil and diesel in the cylinders. I thought there was going to be more fecal matter blowing around in here, to be honest, but it's pretty good. We need to drive this thing around in like July when the mosquitoes are out. I was thinking about maybe saving this 351 for another project, you know, because you guys don't like it when I put Chevy engines in Fords, but maybe it'll clear up. And a carburetor would help, and, you know, a tune-up, but we'll see. Suppose we can do a compression test and see what we got. The plugs didn't look that good either. Must have like some 373s. It's kind of bogging at 30 mile an hour in 4th gear. That's a lot of smoke. There's Pookie. He's got his combine parked. Wonder if it's broke down. We're getting some smoke coming through the dash. I'm guessing the heater core. Oh yeah, the heater core has definitely shat its guts out over there on the floor. That's pretty awesome. That's a lot of white smoke. Dang it, we just gave this thing a fresh oil change too. Why would we change oil on this oil-burning piece of crap? Oh, those bias plies are like squares. Duff's digging it. I mean, if it had a decent seat, it kind of floats down the road all right for a big, heavy 3/4 ton. God, those wheels are squares. She needs a tune-up. Oh, sure. And a muffler or two. And a heater core. But not a bad pickup though. I think somebody else should buy it because I mean it's so good. Oh yeah. Steam's really rolling out of the dash now. Don't worry about that. Good news is everybody's combining right now, so the dust coming from the combine just blends in with the smoke coming off the back of this thing. You can see all the beans are, I mean, I would say they're pretty close to halfway done with the bean harvest around here. Some guys are even starting on corn. About 40 is all the faster you want to go with these bias plies. Seems like bias plies take more of a shape. And actually some of my vehicles with bias plies, I put them on stands if I'm going to store them for an extended period of time so that the wheels don't get, the tires don't get square. It's pretty common. I think they even make machines for like truing the bias ply tires for like making them round again. Spin balancer grinder thing. I don't know what it's called. I've never seen one in action, but I've heard of them. Some people swear by them. I think Wet Spot Farms is up here thrashing away. Oh, these guys are huge Ford fans, so they'll love us showing up here with the Ford that's smoking profusely out of the dash and out of the tailpipe. What do we got over here? Just red combines broken down everywhere. Let's pull this thing out of the way and shut it off. Hopefully it doesn't start again. What are you doing, Handy Andy? You like red tractors? You like Fords? I got a deal for you on a red Ford.
Oh, shoot. I mean, no.
What do we got going on here?
That darn PTO broke.
Too much horsepower. Too many clutch dumps.
I guess so.
So you got a different one and it don't fit either?
Hoping it does. I gotta figure out which way.
Well, quit filling it full of crap. Maybe.
I just gotta figure out which way it goes.
Oh, they got a master spline?
Yeah, I felt one on this side. I hope this is right. PTO.
All right, PTO shaft's back on. Now you can go make money.
I hope so.
This is a service rig we need. Welder, air compressor, Duff, Tommy gate, vise, lights. Oh, it's your one-stop shop. Got that 9250 back rolling on the road. We did our good deed for the day. See if we can't chase Rito down. Oh my gosh, this thing is a gem. Just soaks up the bumps on the section line. What are you doing? You got room for one more in there? And a dog? Alright, see you in a bit. combine and hard. All right, Duff, say thanks for the ride.
See ya, Duff.
Later.
Guys.
Thanks again. All right. Ready to split this popsicle stand? Let's do this. Yeah, I know, it's stinky in there. You like it. Load up. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. The clutch is strong, though. Yeah, it's definitely smoking out the right bank. That must have been where the stuck cylinder was. It's smoking out of the dash because the heater core's got a pinhole in it. Hopefully we can make her back to the shop. Yeah! Something's banging away down there. I don't know if it's like tread coming off the tire or what we got going on. We should just take their service truck home instead. I'd drive the snot out of that Ford. F250 with a 6.7 in her. All of the tools for the mobile Mortske repairs. There's probably the engine flopping around under the hood after we tore that engine mount loose with that sweet clutch dump we did. I don't know if the temp gauge works. It says we're running pretty cool. It says we got no temp, so I'm guessing that ain't working, judging by the steam coming from the defrost. If you go fast enough, all the dust coming off the wheels kind of hides the smoke from the engine, so just keep her above 35, 40. I was wondering what it had for oil pressure, but you cannot read that gauge because she is all fogged over. I smell bad gas. That shouldn't be because the boat tank's in here. Bypassed all that. Weird, huh? We should take bets on if he makes it to the end of the video and looks like a filthy, dirty dog again, like he always does. It looks so clean. You're so pretty, Duff. It'd be interesting to see how well this thing would run with a carb kit, points, cap, rotor, plugs, wires, maybe a different set of wheels and tires. This thing probably wouldn't drive too bad. Block off the heater core. Pretty good enough for hauling crap to the dump. Maybe. Might need a fuel tank to address the brake situation as well. If I said that you should own this thing, you should own this thing. Oh, there's Mrs. Pookie. We could go harass her. Getting hard to see out the windshield with all the fog. Is that humidity? I don't know what you call that. Precipitation? Let's just make it hold it. Worry about it then. Alright, I know the seat's not bolted down, but let's see if we can jump the railroad tracks at 40. Chin, make sure to post this video post-mortem if I die. Whoa! Wasn't even that bad. This thing's so heavy you can't get air. 45, oh, just screaming down the road. Maybe it does have 410s. Oh, brakes. No brakes. There's second gear. That was a little scary. Woo! Getting a little hot around the corner there. Left front wheel's definitely locking up on hard braking. Alright. Looks like we're gonna make her home in one piece. Ooh. Somebody needs to buy that red Ford grain truck and that 68 Nomad. We got too much junk around here. Alright, clutch kick. Hang on! Sliding over. Oh yeah, Mojo's gonna have to clean up some driveway tomorrow. You can't tell which smoke is tire smoke, antifreeze smoke, or engine oil smoke. Even the cameras want out of this situation. All right, where are we gonna park this thing? Don't run into anything. Oh my gosh. Oh, this thing is such a jam. Didn't even diesel. You ready to split this joint? Yeah, me too. What is that? Is that coolant running down the floor onto my foot? Or is that brake fluid from the master cylinder? Hey, factory radio delete. That's pretty cool, huh, Duff? Oh, Big Red is a champ. Look at that patina. Told you need to own this thing, right? Hit us up down below. Price and availability in the description. Send us an email. mortskerepair@gmail.com. And Big Red could be yours. Look at that. I mean, it's got a tow bar for doing all the towing things. And if it were to break down, which it never will, you could tow it back home. Oh, that was a good one. So good that we cracked a sandwich. The original sandwich in a can. Ham Special Light, no longer made. July 19th, 2021. R.I.P. I'd pour one out for my homies, but it's a collector, so I'm not going to do that. Gotta get that antifreeze mist taste out of my mouth. This is a good way to do it. Yep. Hauling beans. Gonna be a lot of that for the next couple of months between bean harvest and corn harvest. Let us know down below if you like the agricultural inserts. You know, seeing what Pookie's up to in Wet Spot Farms. I kind of enjoy that stuff. So does Duff. Plus, pheasant season starts next weekend, so you gotta get in with those guys because they know where all the pheasants are at. And it's on their land, so you gotta get permission from them. So there you have it. We got ourselves a 1970 Ford F250. Back on the road for the first time in 24-ish years. 351 Windsor, stuck engine, custom engine mounts, custom tow bar. It's the whole custom package because it's a Ford F250 custom. You know how I know it's an F250 custom? Because of the way that it is. So I think we're gonna go on to the next one and kick this one back out in the trees until somebody buys it because I don't really know what I want to do with it. I kind of want to keep those 17-inch wheels for something and maybe the radio delete, but that's about all I have desire for. This pickup has a pretty sweet look to it, but it needs a lot of work, and we got a yard full of things that need a lot of work. What are we going to work on next? A Mercury? A Ford La-Ti-Da? Who knows? We've been doing all right with Fords lately, so we might as well keep that streak going, right? All right. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate all you guys, every single one of you and gals. Check out our other videos. Check out the merch down in the description. Click the link. Really helps support our sandwich supply and coolant and tire tubes and batteries and fuel hoses and fuel tanks and fuel pumps and carburetor kits and spark plug wires and everything else that we have to buy. So if you wouldn't mind doing that, it'd be great. You even think about joining the Duff Approved Club. We give you some behind the scenes, Charlie Sheen's behind the scenes action. It's only like $5 a month. So if you want to do that, that's cool. Not, get some merch.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it. Do it.
All right.
On to the next one. Remember, doesn't matter how you get it done, so long as you're having fun. It's farming fun, Duff. Hunting in those fields is going to be fun next weekend. Go check out the other channel if you want to see some hunting videos. We don't have any up yet, but it's not hunting season yet, so maybe after that. More Mortske repair. Check it out. See you guys next week. What are you licking gravel for? Oh, you're licking your paw, getting your nails all cleaned up because you're a pretty puppy. That won't last very long. Dirty shop dog.